Hello, it's Greg, Girls and Guides. We're back. We hope you're having a happy day wherever you're listening to this audio content from. As always, we'd like to thank you for your continued support of Greg, Girls and Guides on social media and writing efforts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is episode 051 of the Greg, Girls and Guides, definitely not a podcast show, a light and fluffy look at social media, Japan, Japanese food, expat life, and life in general. As always, your retweets of this and all the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content that we actively tweet and retweet out on Craig Hoffman 11 on Twitter is appreciated. Thank you in advance for helping us get the good word out about Greg, Grizzled, and Gaijin. Welcome back. Another good show today, I hope. Talking arrogant expat. Is that okay to be arrogant? I was commenting on a Facebook post this week that I thought arrogance in life is often very, very, very effective. And I think it is. You live here long enough, I think you get used to other foreigners coming across as second only to baby Jesus, as I also commented on Facebook this week. It happens. A lot of people who come here are fresh out of college and they're ready to take on the world. And especially in modern times, they've been told again and again and again and again how amazing and wonderful and talented they are. And they come here, and the reality of, especially in the field of English teaching, is that you're just another number, just another person sitting and filling space in front of some kids who are generally not interested in what you're teaching, and you're confined by the system and the reality that you have little to no control and power over anything that happens in the class. Even if you believe you do, you really don't. And I was reminded of that even within my own company this week. How little power and control I have, even after so many years and being a really, really excellent employee. And so people tend to think, I'm great, I'm wonderful, and they find it often necessary to tell anyone within earshot just how great they are. That's not really me. But in the opposite side, I have a quiet self-confidence. I'm not interested in second place in anything. And if we were playing a game and you were 3 years old all the way to 100, I would try my darndest to beat the snot out of you again and again and again and again and again. And that served me well in my life. It serves me well in writing, it serves me well in blogging, and it certainly serves me well on social media. But I'm a humble person, which doesn't seem to be a very humble thing to say, does it? But people who personally know me will tell you to a person that Craig puts in the time, the effort, and the work. But unfortunately, what Craig does not often get is the results. And I was talking to my beloved mother this week. She's very big on prayer, goes to church a lot. And I said, you know, Mom, people pray and hope and wish for things that are just never, ever, ever going to happen in life. And she said, well, maybe God doesn't want it to happen. And I said, but maybe I do, and maybe they do. So there's an arrogance that I think I know what I want and I need in my life more than some almighty creator. And it came about too this week. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on theory of how the universe began. And I won't bore you with a lot of them, but some of them are quite interesting. One in particular claimed that the universe was a product of intelligent design. That's nothing new. The fact that we are so fine-tuned for life that there's no way that that could be random chance. And they ran a little amoeba across the universe carrying one atom at a time back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to see how long it would take by chance for a random protein, as I recall, to be formed, the protein, the precursor to what we know as life in our area of the universe. And it was basically, long story short, statistically impossible for that to occur without a little outside help. And so I found myself in bed over the last few weeks telling myself, you're going to have a happy day. You're going to be successful. You're going to reach your dreams. And oh, by the way, if someone is listening and can offer assistance in those endeavors, I'm not against a little outside help. Which my mother found very, very, very much like praying. And I was like, no, I'm not praying. I'm strongly wishing or hoping. And I guess that's just the left side or right side of the same coin and semantics. But it bothered me a little bit that despite all of, quote, Craig's effort in life to really probably push my life upwards to anything beyond what it is, I need a fair amount of luck and probably leaning much, much, much more towards a miracle just to be kind of average in life. And I never really thought that it would take so much outside influence for my life to probably be, quote, successful, end quote. Because I see, again, all these expats and foreigners who come here. Some of them come and they work and they get married and they seem like they have no struggles in Japan. And I see other foreigners who every day here is a struggle. I saw one foreigner this week on social media who was skipping meals to make it into the black every month. That's reality for some foreigners here. Perhaps more than I even care to know or admit. And around the world, of course, people really, really struggle for food security and money security. But then I see all these people who go back and they go on to great graduate schools and they get really advanced degrees, and I see them on LinkedIn and other social media profiles. They do all these great things and it looks like it was not a struggle at all. I had a friend, he's like, oh, I'm just going to go back to graduate school. I'm going to go get a PhD at this major university and I'm going to be a leading professor in my field. And that was like 7, 8, 9 years ago. And that's exactly what he became. He's one of the leading political scholars in his area in the world. And I remember thinking, why, those are such big dreams. How can you have such big dreams? Like, you got to live in the world of reality, don't you? And he's like, no, I mean, I'm going to do that. And I remember thinking, like, what if you fail? He goes, well, I'm not going to fail. I'm going to get there. I'm going to do it. And he used to say, Craig, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to live in Japan. I'm going to teach English. I have this thing. I work. I look for more work, and I work some more. And I'm really, really good at that, which is kind of funny. My unique talent in the world is working. And it's okay. I thought about that for a while. And I got very proud of that. Because it would be really easy to give up. I have one of those lives that's just been slightly out of reach of the brass ring, as it were. And that's not just me. A lot of people I talk to, whether they live here in Japan or friends and family back home, they lead really great lives, but it's not their dream. And they give up a lot of themselves for other people, wives and kids and families, and there's very little personal that they gain out of that beyond seeing their spouses and families happy. And it eats away at them. And I know it eats away at me from time to time. And I'd mentioned that I had been in and out of the hospital over the past few weeks. And during some treatments, I have time to really contemplate and think about my life. And I always see these visions of things that I could do and I could be and I might be. And I look back sometimes and the things that I was and the struggles. And the last little bit, I think and focus on what I am and what I'm doing in the present. And it always seems rather static. And I go back to that theory of the universe. There's the thing that all the moments, past, present, and future, are happening all at the same time. Time is an illusion, which is really funny and a really good thing that you should definitely YouTube. Time as an illusion. And I found it funny that at the exact moment that I sit here recording this, that all of the moments past, present, and future in my life have already happened, and I'm talking as if I have any control over my destiny. And I remember as a younger man, and even when I first came to Japan, that I had so much power and control over the direction of my life. And that my successes and failures were mine and mine alone. But as time passes and I do get more gray, grizzled, and stay gaijin in Japan, I wonder if all of the effort, time, worrying, stress, and disappointment has or will push me anywhere. And I don't know. But I take heart in knowing that whether I'm moving forward, backwards, or staying exactly where I am in life, that I have daily sought to make a maximum effort and pursue opportunities, albeit them quite limited in my existence, especially in the past few years, to try in some way to make my life happier and better for me and those who I care a lot about. So I don't sit around being discouraged for very long, because I know and I believe and I'm arrogant enough to know that if anyone can make it in life, I can. So I encourage you to find something within yourself that helps you exude supreme self-confidence in your abilities, and hold on to that when life seeks to stand in your way. That's it, and have a great, great day.